Please note, for maximum picture quality, it may be necessary to adjust the tracking control on your VCR.
Hello everybody, welcome to Literary Gladiators and another exciting episode of Reading Roundtable. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter M. I am the Mild Rumpus, and I'm coming at you live from the House of Flimsy, my dilapidated one-bedroom apartment located in New York City that is filled with books and noise. Today I'm going to be telling you about a book that contains mystery, music, mixtapes, macho men, maggots, and murder. So at the time of recording this video, it is currently the month of May, and I have been participating in a reading event called Horror Mayhem. I have always loved the horror genre, and I feel like it is a genre that's often overlooked or not really taken seriously. The authors don't really get the respect that they deserve, but there are some really great authors out there, some fantastic writers that work within the genre that are definitely worth checking out, and this is one of them. I just finished reading this book, and it was one that I wasn't planning on reading. It wasn't part of my monthly TBR, but the book that I was reading this past week I finished really quickly, and this one had been laying around the apartment for a while now, and so I figured, well, hey, I could probably sneak this book in this weekend, and I'm so glad that I did, because so far it has been my favorite book of the month, and that is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is a really popular author, and now that I've actually picked up one of his books and read it, I can see why. You can tell that he loves the genre and that he is extremely knowledgeable of the genre. If you can't tell by this cover, it is dripping with nostalgia. If you love the 80s, if you love 80s horror movies, you're gonna love this book. But having said that, I have to say, I think it was the cover that made me hesitant to pick up this book for so long, because I felt like, okay, it's probably gonna be a rehash of The Exorcist, and it's probably gonna be gimmicky, right? Like, that was my initial reaction upon seeing the cover. Although I thought it was really cool, I thought it probably isn't gonna be a very good book because it's coming across gimmicky. I could not have been more wrong. I loved this book. And while, yes, this book does center around an exorcism, that certainly is not the only thing that this book is about or has to offer. There are so many cultural touchstones and references sprinkled out throughout the book. Every chapter is named after a popular song title or lyric from the 80s. And ultimately, this book is a book about friendship. What length will you go to save your friends and to maintain your relationships with those friends? So I'm going to do my absolute best not to spoil this book for you, but basically our story focuses around two high school sophomores, Abby, our main character, and Gretchen. At the beginning of the book, Abby's sort of a loser. She throws a birthday party at a roller rink and no one shows up except for Gretchen. And Gretchen herself is sort of an outcast. She's raised by a kind of a weirdo mom. She hates her parents, and they kind of bond over that and develop a really great friendship. This relationship continues to develop, and eventually their circle of friends begins expanding, and one night they have sort of a sleepover situation, and one of the people decides to try an experimental drug. And let's just say that trip doesn't go so great. I don't feel anything. Do you feel anything? No, I don't feel anything. And then somebody comes up with the brilliant idea of going skinny dipping on acid. Not a great moment. Gretchen flings off her clothes and she's running down the dock, and suddenly the girls realize that it's low tide, and if she jumps, she's gonna hurt herself. So they're all going, no, don't do it, don't do it. And of course, she dives in. The girls run to the end of the dock, they're looking for Gretchen, and she's nowhere to be found. Finally, after hours of searching, she stumbles out of the woods, and something's not right. She's acting different. Time goes on, and strange things start happening to her friends and the teachers at the school, and it all kind of comes to a catalyst at a school assembly where a group of bodybuilders slash evangelists come to do their presentation slash testimony to the students, and one of the bodybuilders singles out Gretchen and says, "I see you, demon. I see you." So naturally, Abby starts questioning whether something supernatural isn't going on with her friend. And we as the readers begin to question, is something demonic going on, or are these just flashbacks? This book is funny, this book is suspenseful, and dare I say this book is mesmerizing and sure to be memorable. So yeah, just like it says on the back cover, this is my staff pick, and I highly recommend reading My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. If you feel like you're put off by the content, if you feel like you're put off by the gimmicky cover, give it a chance. You will be pleasantly surprised. And that does it for me. Thanks again, Literary Gladiators, for letting me take part in the Reading Roundtable. It was a lot of fun, and congrats on 10 years on Book 2. That is very impressive. If you haven't already, check me out. My channel is Mild Rumpus, and I'm relatively new. We do book recommendations, book reviews, reading vlogs, and rants. So yeah, if that sounds like it's up your alley, come and join the Rumpus. Be sure to like this video, give it up for Literary Gladiators, show them some love, and until next time, happy reading.